Hello everyone, this is Sebastian, aka Scrubx, and today I'm back with a two-part video series on high-stakes poker for pokervip.com, and this is going to be played on their new client and the new whole layout. And I'm going to be playing one table of 25 NL here on the right and one table of 50 NL here on the left. This video is going to be mainly focused on strat talk, so let's hope we get into a lot of interesting and juicy spots. And without further ado, let's jump right into the action. We opened the Jack-9 suited UTG, which is certainly a bit of a margin open. It's the bottom of my range, but this table looks relatively weak, so I wanted to give it a shot in opening this hand. By no means is this a super good open UTG or super plus EV and profitable open UTG. Anyways, this flop is generally not that good for us. Nah, kind of lots of low cards, pretty connected, pretty dynamic. Runouts are pretty bad. And especially with our hand, we have zero equity. The turn is relatively good for us, but there would still be a lot of peels by them. So I would have to like double barrel it, but I'm not ready to do that yet. What I will do is check and then see what if this guy checks river again. I would definitely bluff, because at that point they would I would have filtered their range out to be relatively weak. But for now, just kind of getting the extra information by checking turn. We also have no equity basically whatsoever. This guy is definitely one of the spots at the table. Same with this guy here as a cell phone player. Let's hope he reloads. Or rebuys rather. Would be a shame if he doesn't. Also, we're gonna probably battle some racks. I'm assuming a decent bit of these guys are racks. This guy sitting at both tables, this Mandarin guy, this Den guy sitting at both our tables. No? Nope, he can't find the extra money. Well, let's battle some racks then, I guess. Bunch of folds here, the 6-9 off and the King-5 off, definitely not playable. Jack-6 suited will be an open if folded to me. And obviously a fold if someone opens in front or before me. Let's for now observe what these players are doing. Maybe filter out like who's a rack and who's not. Open and cold call. Three-way spot here. Let's see, this might get pretty dicey or interesting rather. This is the big blind because this guy was sitting out. This guy's also a rack probably. I mean, I'm just assuming because he sits both tables. Instantly reloads full stack. Nice. There's recreational doubling up, pretty good for us. The 8-7 up sadly can't be played. Same with the Jack-3 off. Not yet decided on what opening sizing I will use here. Gonna figure that out as we go on. Generally using a 2.5x opening sizing. It's not extremely important what opening sizing you use. People definitely put way too much energy and focus on these little things. Anything between 2 and 3x is just fine. This guy min-raising seems a bit sketchy. We have a hand we could consider to 3-bet, but let's fold it for now and 3-bet the 7-5 suited plus here. 7-4 suited, relatively disconnected. Let's ditch this one. Ace Queen suited, picking up a wonderful hand. Yes, now he 3x's, that's a bit weird. Maybe misclicked last hand, who knows. Let's 3-bet him. If he 4-bets, it's a pretty dirty spot versus a perceived regular, even though I don't exactly know if he really is a regular. I actually like, actually have no indication believing he's a regular. Oh, that's a really good flop. I'm gonna set by 1/3, would see with a lot of my range here, and just think this hand kind of fits into a 1/3 c-bet strategy versus whatever opponent we are facing. Obviously, given how much equity we have, we can do anything we want really on this flop. I feel like this plays out the best. Nice. Gonna bet turn, and I'm gonna bet a sizing where I can jam river, go for maximum value. He has a bunch of hits that can call, like a pair and a flush draw, or a set. If you bet 10, there will be 26, 36 in, and he's gonna have 36 behind. That seems good. The 10-8 gut shot here, no diamond. With the diamond, I would check raise him. Without the diamond, it's a limp pot. I mean, let's just give it a shot and check raising it. Sure. We have a gut shot with some equity, and he might just limp and then step any two cards, like basically a lot of air hands here. We do have some equity. Yeah, take it down with the 10-8 off. Would have preferred to have a diamond here. Block some continue ranges, have some more barrel opportunities, and just have some more equity. But yep, fine to use that hand as well. Because we kind of don't want to just call the bet there, being out of position with just 10 high and a kind of dirty gut shot. So yeah, use it as a check raise. Ace-8 suited will be a 3-bet if he opens, or an open if he folds. Okay, that's a fine result. These two cards will land right into the bin. Let's take a sip of water while we are waiting for a good hand. Always try to stay hydrated while playing, or just in general, I guess. Getting twixt open into the queen 5, easy fold. Ace 5 off Suitorino, he folded to me when open. Okay, this guy is basically proven to be a recreational now. Had those like min raise into them 3x, and now is not auto rebuying. Pretty strong signs that he's not Ben 86. Oh, they get it in here. Guy has not a lot of equity. Which is a shame, because he was one of the spots of the table. Let's hope he rebuys, reloads. Nice, he does, that's good. Gonna open the ace 9 if folded to me, basically bottom of range. Let's throw in the 6-5 open sizing. Fold to deuce 3 suited on the left. Oh, get 3-bet or squeeze that rather. Easy fold. Well, let's hope this guy's not gonna lose the pot. Sweating for him. Or in his favor, I guess. Okay. King 7 off. Easy fold. This guy could have just jammed a lot of hands, of course, after squeezing. Like if he has jacks or queens, he should just jam. Maybe just jams ace queen there. Given the SPR is less than 1, might just jam his entire range. This guy obviously could have had like any two napkins. Fold, fold, fold. Not playable. Oh, this guy decides to spice it up with a pot size open. This guy's taking his time, figuring out what sizing he wants to go for. Well, we do pick up the Jack 9 suited. Let's go for 125. Again, bottom of range open. Oh, they do get it in. Sadly, the fish is dominated. It does not seem like he's gonna win. Yeah. See, betting a third of the pot here with the Jack 9, have a lot of backdoors and obviously relatively favorable board for me. Can obviously barrel a lot of turns as well. Have some solid backdoor equity. 6 deuce off. Highly doubtful that we're gonna see a flop here. Jack 9 suited. Highly likely that we are. Yep. Going to defend this one. Oh, min raise. This hurts my soul. I don't think I'm gonna defend the 6 deuce off. Even with the min raise. And that kind of pains me to fold there. But I think the 6 deuce off I can fold. Probably still even close. Was a recreational opening blind to blind for min. Easy call with the Jack 9. Turn, gonna just ditch it. And the King Jack, I will 3-bet a bit bigger because we're a bit deeper. Jack 9. Yeah. And versus the bet check bet line, it's gonna be overbluffed in this situation, in this formation with this board. So we're just gonna check snap call. Basically whatever sizing he goes for. He's kind of not wrapping a whole lot of value and can have a whole lot of bluffs. That's pretty unfortunate. Backdoors into the straight there. I should have auto rebuy on. Let's wait one hand more and see if it works. Yeah, he backdoors in. Oh, let's not open full here. He backdoors into the straight here. Obviously unlucky. He's gonna have a lot of gut shots that missed, some flush shots that missed, just some ace highs that missed. Well. Going to check raise this board. I think this guy's gonna overstep and we just have so much beautiful equity. He checks back. Let's just pot turn. He snap calls, presumably has a jack quite a bit of the time, opening ace-8 off, he has bottom of my range from the cutoff. And just gonna check fold. Have some showdown value with the ace-deuce. The ace-4 snap calling the pot size bet on the turn, well he's definitely recreational. Not that it's like completely horrendous what he did there, but it's just, I mean, he's just recreational. Yeah. Sadly he didn't step flop because that's kind of part of the hand I would assume might step in and fold, but he could just step any 2 cards on the flop after we check, essentially. And we just have a lot of beautiful equity there with the ace-deuce. Basically I'm assuming he's gonna step a lot when we check, and then fold a decent bit if we fold, if we check raise. But we don't even need it with our hand there. Could definitely check raise way later. The ace-deuce on this board, 3-ways, gonna actually take as a check back with the weakest kicker. Ace-X. I think the auto rebuy is working. I think I got like a few bucks more. Let's see after the 7th again. Get led into by a guy I was assuming to be a reg. Probably isn't one. You can potentially create a betting like leading range here, but generally it's just a sign of a recreational. Open the Jack 10 off And check back the ace deuce. Go for bluff catch, fold jack 10, pretty big pivot as well. This is bizarre. Can we go for value? What does he lead? Check turn and then call river. River 10? I don't think we're beat. So I guess we can just hope he has a river 10, like queen 10 of clubs or something. Maybe does some stubborn call with like pocket sixes, I don't know. Kind of hard to put in one hand that check calls, but it's even harder to be beat. So I will value bet there. Let's start to investigate more of this guy's just maybe recreational, maybe just misclick there leading the flop. Who knows? Let's open here, 6-5. Great hand. The ace queen. Not the 9-7 off, certainly. Get min raised, but sadly I have like a really bad hand. And another one of those. Time for a good one. Nope, not yet. Sadly not getting a lot of hands, sadly not getting into a ton of spots. Ten-7 off. Might see a flop. Not versus this though. Chopping it up here. King 6 suited will be an open if folded to me. Sadly it doesn't. So have to fold. Especially versus a short stacking recreational. I mean, I would never 3-bet this hand ever with anyone. Again, gonna open this if folded to me. One, two, five. Let's go for 1, 2, 3. A, B, C. You, me. Let's see what's gonna happen here. This is a potential 4-bet bluff candidate when getting 3-bet. Let's just take it as such. Beautiful hands, good blocker of the king, unblocking his ace-x bluffs, which is pretty good. Decent playability, decent equity, and yeah, let's just go for it. Gonna go for around 7. Yeah, going for around 8 here. Seems appropriate. Yep, there we go. Taking this one down. Ace queen versus ace king here, and happily the recreational is gonna win. At least the first run out. Seems like he's gonna win the second one as well. Ooh. He does. Nice. It's a good result for us. 3-8 off and Jack 4 suited, Jack 4 off. Certainly not playable. Limp call. Oh, don't lose your stack, mate. I want to get your stack. 8-5 suited. Sadly can't play it from this position. Yeah, okay. This Weichka guy, Weichka, whatever his name is. Definitely recreational now. Confirmed. Good to be in position to him as well. Ace-9 off, gonna be a fold from UTG. Oh, check raising the turn. Let's hope you have it. Oh. Wins the pot, that's all we need. The guy likes to play hands. Limps again. Folding the 9-3 off. The 9-8 off gonna be opened if folded to me. Especially having a recreation on the BB, which we want to play hands against. Given we are assuming we have a pretty big edge on him. Which is hopefully true. We can check raise. We can also just bet. I'm just gonna bet this one. You know what? I'm gonna check raise. Change my mind. Yes. Let him deal with this one. We can squeeze the ace jack, but I'm just gonna opt to call this one. He does fold, we take it down with 9 high, that's great. Get led into here by the recreational, so yeah. Guy proving yet again that he's not the best one, the best player. Get called, so lead calls. If he leads turn again, this gets pretty dicey with this kicker. So the guy behind us definitely can have a speed, has an MP range to begin with, so relatively strong range. This guy leading and then leading again, I think I'm gonna just ditch it on the turn. He did seem like a recreational, but not like a maniac so far. And I see it as fairly unlikely that we are ahead of both guys. Also, the texture is just not really that bluff heavy. Well, I was wrong. Sometimes you're gonna be wrong. So this guy turns out to be a pretty big lunatic, which I didn't have him as before. Just seemed like a weak recreational. Now we know he's a lunatic. So changing my mind about him. He is certainly a lunatic. Defending that in the small blind and then leading. And I don't even know what this guy then call checks down on the river. That's you know, it's worse than his hand. I would have called ace queen there for the record. Let's see what this guy had. Maybe it's interesting. He did have. Oh wait, you can't see. No, he mucked tens. He double calls tens there. Blocking all the bluffs. So this guy is either a bad reg or recreational himself. So that's also pretty horrible. Double calling tens there. So okay, we know more from this. Definitely wouldn't fold there again, given the information I have now. 6-9 suited, somewhat close, but I'm gonna fold here. definitely will try to get into pots with him now. Flats ace-4 off. So in general, the small blind flatting range, especially versus earlier positions, generally tends to be really like linear and strong. So seeing hand like ace-4 off, definitely not standard or normal. And the MP range in itself, plus calling the flop after it goes bet call as well. He called the flop after it went donk and call with tens, and then call turn again. So pretty likely this guy's also, yeah, I mean he's probably just a fish. The ace deuce, he did show the tendency that he likes donking before, but he did have top pair, so let's start with a small bet. And let's check back this turn relatively fast. Kind of imply that we have had like jacks, queens, a weak hand, and then bluff catch river. That's not a great river. Let's just check down and win. So he opens this MP and calls the 3-bet out of position and then floats the flop. I mean, yep, we found our target, certainly. And yeah, this guy I like the... But once again, about the formation. So this guy flatting the swap point versus MP, pretty linearly strong range on average. Seemed like weak recreational as well so far. Then leads flop 3 ways and leads turn again. Already seems like he has a range of ace-10 plus for the most part. This guy calling flop 3 ways, yeah, having the MP range, which usually is like around 18% already, seems like he probably has like ace-10 plus himself as well. But, well, these two guys did not agree with my logic. The 8-3 off, let's hope we can check and flop quads. Huh! I mean, I wanted quads, man. You know, didn't want a boat. Wanted quads. Maybe I can still get quads. Let's check raise small. I think he's gonna float with this check raise really wide. Like basically all over cards. And if he has a good hand, we want to build a pot. And regardless, we just want to build a pot. Don't think he's gonna fold ace highs. So yeah, let him float here. Cool. Let's keep on betting. Bet a relatively big sizing. We do want to still build a pot. Now we are gonna polarize a bit more. We could still float ace highs. He might have just folded queen high there, which is completely fine with me. Jack 5 off is gonna be a fold, of course. Going to sit out next big blind because we reached the 30-minute mark. Or nearly. But let's play it out till the next big blind. So a few more hands for you guys. This is going to be an open. The 9-5 off is not going to be an open. Seems to me like players here are playing really slowly on the side so far. Those are really small free bets, but with our hand I think we just can't really call. Instead of think, I know that that's just not going to be a profitable deal, even with the recreational, even in position. 3-4 suited will be an open from the cutoff, even though it's pretty marginal. Wonder why they are playing so slowly. Flop bottom pair, again, MP, small blind flat range, relatively strong. Let's check back. have some backdoor straights, can pick up some trips or bluff opportunities. This might be a decent bluff spot. Pretty unlikely we have the best hand and definitely can get him off some pocket pairs. Potentially can get him off a queen by double barreling if we decide to double barrel. Calls fast, worst river ever to bluff. So let's hope he had like, I don't know, king jack and we win. Nope, just has ace deuce of hearts. Not a hand he should flat in the small blind as well. So yeah, doesn't seem like the best player either. Last hand here with the pocket eights and last hand here with the 3-5. So as always, well, gonna play the eights out, but as always, if you have any questions, go into the comment section and ask. Hope you enjoyed this part. There will be a second part on high stakes as well. And yeah, let's see if, oh, just get a walk. I'm fine with that. Okay, guys. Good luck at your grinds and see you next time. Peace.